the fifth largest telecommunications company. The only services that we don't currently offer that a lot of the competitors do is the actual television services. We do, however, provide internet services, all forms of telephone services, and that's digital home phone service, as well as cell phone service. We're not all over the United States. However, you can take the U.S. cellular service with you all over the United States. If you take the home phone service into a non-serviceable area, then that home phone service will not work. You have to actually be in a market for U.S. Cellular, i.e., if you go to Nashville, it would not work because we don't have any towers in Nashville. But if you took that home service out of Tulsa and went to Rockford, Illinois, then your home phone service would still work, even with the area code and phone number that's based out of Tulsa. That's one of the great functions of the home phone service. As you can see, the first screen that I have showing is the screen that goes over what we selected and what is the product I selected. I selected U.S. Cellular's home phone service. The reason why I selected it is because it's not the biggest market in the world, but it's a great service. It's very reasonably cost. They charge you $20 a month for unlimited talking, not nationwide talking. You get all the calling features: voicemail, caller ID, call waiting, and three-way calling. You also get the feature of call waiting return, which means if you're on a phone call, then it will beep in and it will actually display the phone number that's calling on the other line. That's a great feature because sometimes someone's beeping in, and because you're on the phone, you don't know who it is, so you don't know whether you want to ignore the phone call or go ahead and take the phone call. So with call waiting ID, you can actually see who it is that is calling on the other line to determine whether you're going to let the phone call go or continue to accept it. Now, my particular market assignment, it appeals to people that are 40 to 100 years of age. And I put 100 because most people over 100 are not really caring about home phone service or any service for that matter. Most people's average life expectancy is about 90 years to 100. So I just put a cap there, but it's no cap on it really. Somebody over 100 could still utilize the service as well. It has a low needs base because, most people have cell phones and that's the only form of service. So it has a very low needs base. I did find a lot of good results pertaining to it. And, the first screen is about the 5 Cs. When you go further on the screens, then you can see the other different screen functionalities and stuff like that. I found that, the different tabs present different information, but overall, I came up with that the Home First service is a very good service to have, and it would work for people whether they use their cell phones or not. But most often than not, our service appeals more to people who don't use cell phones and are just like a housewife or someone that stays at home or primarily is at home most of the time. So that's what I determined based off of my observation and my reading. So it concluded with information pertaining to best marketing strategy for it was, people who stay at home, housewives, or elderly, or people over 40 who are pretty much on a retirement path or what have you. Those people are more subjected to it. Most people are going to get the service every 6 months to 12 months at maximum, and it's not something that once you get it, you're going to keep on upgrading it. Now, you may need to get a new box, if the box eventually goes dead, but the life expectancy on the box is very long. So that's what I deduced and determined from the information that was provided. So it is the best, solution in my opinion, based off the information that I did gather through all of my market research and information. I also think that people should, benefit from it. The statistics that I projected would be that if they marketed the information a little bit more, like you don't really hear that US Cellular has home phone service. The only way you would find out about US Cellular's home phone service is if if you go inside of a US Cellular corporate store or call over the phone, they may offer it to you as an additional product and service as a connected device. So that's like the only way that you would hear about US Cellular service. The first screen I showed you was the 5 C's. The next screen is the STPs of the service, and you can see current customers love the products, and it's more usable by 40 and older. This product is best marketed to stay-at-home moms and 40 plus adults. Most people that that it's desirable to is it's over 800,000 over 20 years of age. It's a statistical joint analysis that was determined. It is wide and light and is the best sketch scenario that would determine that it's a basic product with low pricing and easy and very inexpensive to get, and it's way cheaper than the other carriers, which makes it more appealing to someone who's in the market for just a basic home phone. Now the 4 Ps, this shows that it does have basic quality level, and you just need to get the ZTE home router for that information. So that's what explains, that piece of information pertaining to it. Now the final results for the assignment came out to look similar to this right here, as you can see. And you only need to start the service. All you need is to get the router. You bring the box into your home, you set it up, we give you a phone number, or you can port in a number from a different carrier or even from a cell phone if you want to go from a cell phone back to a home phone. It is a digital box, and we do have ones that have voice and internet, which means you can utilize it for Wi-Fi as well as home phone service, or just the boxes that have the one. It's $20 a month for the features that are already disclosed to you. So you pretty much just plug it in and put a cordless phone to it, and you're good to go. Good thing about it is if you get one of those cordless home-based phones that have 4 or 5 handsets attached to it, then you can put them throughout the house, and or each one of the handsets would work to the cell service. You could even have 2 sets of handset devices hooked up to it because it has a line 1 and a line 2. So I definitely recommend anybody who's in the market for a home phone service to possibly look at US Cellular, because it is the best price one off of my research of looking at other carriers.